What's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of the Rich and Turbo Heavy Half Hour. My name is Rich. Find me on X at FuzzDoomRip and on other stuff like the Instagram and the Facebook and whatnot under rich.paiva. Come talk to me there. Come follow me. Come be my friend. Also, as a Doom Charts contributor and doing reviews for Musepedia Metal. What's up, Matt? Turbo, what's going on?
You can't find me anywhere.
Can't find Turbo anywhere.
And if you tell
Turbo
people
is everywhere, he's everywhere and nowhere all at once. It's
nobody will believe you.
Yeah.
And if you take pictures of me, they turn out blurry.
There's a horror movie somewhere in here, I think. So we've, as I talked about in our last episode with Woodhawk, we've had an abundance of bands who have graciously come and talk to us, and we thank them all, and we want you all to come and talk to us. So reach out if you're in a band and you want to come on a show. So we've had a couple interviews kind of in the can, as you say in the industry. One of them is with the Hebi Katana band from Japan, Nobu. He came and joined us. It was our first interview out of the Far East. Yeah, very, very cool for Nobu to take the time and talk to us about the new record that's coming out on Ripple Music very soon. So we'll go to that interview with Nobu soon. And we've kind of made this, kind of an ode to some cool Japanese music in the heavy scene. So, Turbo, let's start with the Future Classic song. Let's scratch that. Let's start with the classic album of the episode. And the interesting thing about this is when we talked to Nobu and asked him about this band, it didn't seem like it resonated all that much as a huge influence initially. The bands that did influence him, I thought were very cool and very surprising. But what's our classic album of the episode for this one?
Master of Brutality by the Church of Misery.
Church of Misery.
Doom with Swagger.
Mm-hmm. I don't always want to say something about a band's looks. They're the coolest looking band anywhere in existence. Like, you look at them and you're like, those are some cool MFers, without a doubt. That is one thing right off the bat. But musically, they're also killer as well. Why did you pick this one of all of their great stuff?
Heavy Doom. Because it's all about serial killers with them. Which I think turns a lot of people off. Especially the younger generation, which just doesn't understand shit. Yeah. Can't appreciate nothing. Take the stuff too seriously. But yeah, this makes me want to dive deeper into Johnny Depp. Deeper into Ed Kemper because of what he says at the beginning of the song, California. Which I guess there's Manhunt or whatever on Netflix that had all that.
Yep. Which should not have gotten canceled and should have had more seasons because that show was amazing, by the way.
True.
FYI.
Musically wise, it's just heavy. As far as I really don't care about who they're singing about or what they're singing about. The music's just great, heavy. Yeah. They could be singing about puppy dog tails or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of these guys probably ate puppy dog tails that they are singing about. But I hear you, and you don't necessarily know, except for some of the vignettes that are in there that are added that they're even singing about that. But yeah, and full disclosure, I definitely was not as much now, but I was very much a true crime reader of these types of things in the past, which is also why Church of Misery has been a band that I've kind of moved to. I love Ripping Into Pieces. I love their cover of Cities Aflame with Rock and Roll, which one of the best Blue Oyster Cult covers I think that is out there. And the sound that they have is just amazing.
Yeah.
sonically great band. And just so interesting. I was expecting Nobu to be like, yes, Church of Misery are like I kneel at that altar, but it was not. But this record is to me also a great place to start in their discography. The other one that I would go to, if you're just getting into them, Born Under a Mad Sign. The most recent one is just such a great album that came out in 2023. But I think you can go to just about any of them and kind of understand what this band's all about. But also have to say, like, how awesome was Southern Lord Records back in the day and the stuff that they put out as well. Great choice. Great killer Japanese doom band, Masters of Church of Misery, Masters of Brutality, an excellent record. If you can stomach, serial killer songs, go listen. But it's way more than about that. Just a great record and a great band if you're not familiar with them. But more than likely, people listening to this show are in some capacity. Cool. The other thing I think we wanted to highlight when we're talking about our kind of albums of the episode are two very cool modern day Japanese bands that are playing, heavy music that we'd all like, and that could be heavy psych, stoner, doom, etc. What do we got for those, Turbo?
Well, one band, they released an album earlier this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, February. Lightning Swells Forever. Delirium is their album. This is burly rock. I didn't mean to lose my voice there, but yeah, this is this burly metal psych stuff. Heavy. It doesn't really. I don't know if there's a certain stigma that people seem to put on Japanese bands, and just to me, you wouldn't, from whatever region they come from or whatnot, I wouldn't have thought it on listening to it.
Yeah.
Don't know if that makes sense.
No, yeah. I mean, stoner doom doesn't scream Japanese, right? It doesn't scream that there are these bands from there unless right? And I don't think you can even tell from the from Lightning Swells Forever record that they are from anywhere in particular. But it's a killer record, and probably they have a bunch of stuff. It's some of the best stuff that they've done, in my opinion. And I think the other band that anyone listening to this, who's interested in kind of what the heavy Japanese scene is, and we're definitely not experts in this. These are just the bands that we love around, like Hebi Katana and Lightning Swells Forever, but Baboon is another one. The record Thunder Ape came out in 2023, but I think they only released it on vinyl like either end of last year or beginning of this year, so it kind of got a resurgence. But that album is killer, kind of,
Yeah, that's a heavy stoner.
It's got a little bit of like the grungy alt rock stuff to it, like heavy side of that.
It's got
psych to it.
Driving force of Fu Manchu, early Fu Manchu.
Absolutely. So yeah, there is a thriving Japanese stoner doom psych scene. I think Hebi Katana kind of, in my opinion, is the leader there. Church of Misery, obviously, I don't know how active Church of Misery will continue to be, but like from new bands just putting out tons of material, I think Hebi Katana is probably my favorite. But Lightning Swells Forever, Baboon, just two other great bands that.
And I don't know if Eternal Elysium is still putting stuff out or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That I haven't seen anything recently from them, but yeah, some really good stuff from these bands, and it's going to transition into our interview with Nobu, but Hebi Katana is just an amazing band who just keeps putting out killer stuff, and very cool that Ripple has now partnered with them for their new record. But before we get to that, what do we have for our future classic song? Is it are we staying on the same theme here? or are we going
I wish,
on
but
a
I couldn't
different
find
path?
anybody that had done anything recent.
What's a future classic song for this episode?
And I picked this band and song and realized that they weren't where I thought they were from. Gutter Princess from Frankie and the Witch Fingers. For
Frankie.
some reason, I thought they were from Australia. They're from L.A. Right? I
That's
don't know.
far away from where you thought they were from.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on with me. But this album, I mean, I've loved them. I've loved their earlier work. This one though is like you took Devo and Cheap Trick and stick it in a blender, and you got this album here
Yeah.
off their
Nice.
album Trash Classic. But yeah, Gutter Princess is my
Excellent.
song to choose
Excellent
from.
track. I I love the Devo Cheap Trick blender. I would throw maybe a little spice of garage rock in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that record is killer. The vinyl is really cool too. It came in like a cool package, and the splatter is pretty awesome. Excellent
Oh, I like
choice,
that.
Turbo.
Thank you.
Yeah, with Levitation had a really cool variant of the vinyl there. But yeah, we've been threatening to do a future classics on playlist, and part of Turbo's yearly performance review that we're going to do will be part of its goals is ensuring that the playlist is up to date. So, all right, maybe not. But anyway, we're going to try to do a playlist.
I
on our
will
YouTube
try.
page.
I try.
And we'll hopefully have that Frankie and the Witchfinger song out there. If not, we'll at least send it out on the socials to kind of outline our future classic song of this episode.
I need.
Which-
I need.
What? What do you need?
Positive feedback.
Yeah. All right.
I need
Excellent
drugs.
transition.
Is what I need.
Yeah. I can't help you there. I'm sorry. All I can do is send my positive vibes your way. Let's talk about what the interview is next. We talked to Nobu from Hebi Katana. They have a new record coming out on Ripple Music. It's called Imperfection. It's killer. We've been lucky enough to hear it and have access to it for a little while now, and have spun it a lot. And comes out July 25th on Ripple. Nobu was super cool. Thanks to his helper who got him all set up too. I think you'll meet her during the interview as well. He spent a ton of time with us, and it was so interesting just to get the point of view of someone growing up in Japan and how they grew into love and play heavy rock. It's an excellent discussion, and we're going to go do that now. And thanks everybody for listening. Just, after the interview, like and subscribe, all that stuff. I hate saying that. I feel like such a nerd. But we would love to have more people who get to hear what we're doing.
Instead
Also
of
keep
like
in
and
mind-
subscribe, it's keep it heavy and play it loud.
Yeah,
That's
keep it
just-
heavy, play it loud, like and subscribe, all those things.
That's the same thing.
Same exact
Should be.
thing. We have so many cool interviews coming out. We have so much content. I do this YouTube channel. I'm looking at my hair right now, and I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? What's happening with my hair, too? Which is making me very self-conscious. But anyway,
I don't
let's
think
go.
anybody's worried about your hair compared to what I've got going on.
On that note, let's go talk to Nobu and Hebi Katana. Go buy that record. Talk to you guys later. Thank you. Hey everybody, welcome to the Rich and Turbo Heavy Half Hour. We are super international today, talking to Nobu from Hebi Katana, recent
Yep.
signers to Ripple Music. Nobu, how are you doing today?
First of all, thank you like inviting me and having me this this really well-known podcast. And
Thank you.
thank you so much. And I'm really excited to having a nice time with you guys.
Excellent.
We do.
Turbo and I are big fans of the band. We have been for a while now.
Oh, thank
And very excited that you signed to Ripple, one of our favorite labels.
Yep.
How did that happen? How did you connect with Todd at Ripple, and how did you guys come to sign with the label?
Okay, so maybe I think like I'm kind of always been a big fan of the Lipo release. Like I really like their release already. So I think when we released a previous album, third album three, I think I text to the thought. So that's kind of beginning of the conversation, and the thought already knew us, but like a timing is kind of like a lot of things happen, and label has a schedule, and we have already have the schedule, so it didn't happen. But when I talk to Todd, like we're making new songs and we are ready to record it, then he gradually like said like, oh, if it's completed, please let me know, stuff like that, and keep on saying me kind words. Then it's all happened.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I know that Todd's a great guy to work with, and I think they're at least a year out when it comes to releases, which is probably why that happened. And I
Yep.
should mention that the new record, which Turbo and I have been very lucky to be able to hear ahead of time,
Mm-hmm.
it comes out on July 25th, and it's
Yep.
called Imperfection. And
Yep.
congratulations, because it's really, really, really good. We
Ah,
really like it.
thank you so much.
So a couple of questions on the new record. What would you say is different about Imperfection compared to what you guys have done in the past?
Okay, so in the Hebi Katana, so I'm the founder of the band. So also other member like keep on changing until let's say maybe 2 years ago. And 2 years ago is the time like current lineup is kind of confirmed, and we toured as a band, and we make the one record and toured in Italy and France too. So then after that we back in the studio. Then we recorded Imperfection. So it's totally different process actually, because same member, and after a lot of tour and doing a lot of gig and more collaborating as three guys in the band. So I think it's first album we've done as a teamwork, like a true team, like a yeah, like a. I think that's the biggest difference.
You finally have that cohesive unit, that full team for your band, and it's solid now, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Excellent. Turbo, I know you're a big fan. Turbo actually turned me on to your band, so he's been a fan for a long time. What questions do you have for Nobu?
I saw, excuse me, I saw that you on Instagram you had a post where you said you recorded this at the is it the Shiganami City Folk Museum, and that if we wanted to listen to the album in a perfect situation, we needed to go to there to listen to it.
Yep.
What's so special? What's special about that place?
Yeah. So the concept of the imperfection is like kind of old Japanese kind of ancient philosophy, or like a state of mind called wabi sabi. It's kind of like how how should I explain it? It's like kind of the haiku is a really traditional poet style of the Japanese, and it's connected with the beauty of the imperfection. So I just noticed one time in the ancient era of Japan, in architecture have this kind of the way of value. So what I read is like inside of the room, they try to make the kind of darkness or dark spot in the corner of in the room, instead of the make it clear, everything make it clear. So I feel like really interesting in my as a modern the person living in the modern society. So when I visit that old building, I feel like profound feeling from the ancient people, like living with the wisdom. So that's where the concept album came from. So actually, when I visit there, I completely feel the I think I could grasp the what I need to say as the concept of the album. So that's why like I posted like that. And when I visit there, it's the kind of, I think like 300 years old building. So everything's kind of really old and old fashioned. But at the same time, I feel like, oh, that's the something I'm missing in the modern society. It's kind of reminiscence of the ancient era, but I feel like it's connected. So
That has
that's
a
why.
lot of good energy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I love
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, that's cool.
We
yeah,
us Americans don't really have a lot of that kind of old ways influences. So that's very deep and very cool. The
yeah,
I do want to mention the songs on here, and I think the production is a little bit different. To me, it sounds a little cleaner, but not like cleaner, like overproduced, but like just a
Fuller.
little bit cleaner from a song standpoint. And I specifically call out my favorite track on here, which is Blood Spirit Rising, at least right now. Blood
yeah,
Spirit
yeah,
Rising is my favorite one. Um, Tell us a little bit about that song, if you don't mind, as I ask you
yeah,
about my favorite. Turbo probably has his too, but.
yeah.
That was
So
it.
Oh, that was
yeah,
it. Look at that.
No,
so
I loved everything.
yeah, it's the actually that's the main singer of that song is the Laban. He's an American guy living in Japan, and he's played the bass in general, but he also sings really well. So that track and lead singer is Laban. So um, actually, uh, I wrote like a main leaf, but I feel like Laban should sing because like he really likes this kind of stoner, like a um, how can I say, like a authentic kind of leaf and a 70s style a little bit.
hmm
And he also played like a little bass solo in the later parts. So it's
Hmm.
kind of Laban song, and but we keep on talking about it. You should sing, and he said that he wants to sing. So I've just like thought like why not? Then it
Oh,
just happened. Yeah,
you let the bass player sing. All right. All right.
yeah,
The guitarist and the lead singer let the bass player. That's I think that mean to me it makes it sound like you guys are even more of a band now, that it's not
yeah.
just kind of you as the lead, but now you're kind of spreading that around.
Yeah, differently it's more like collaborating, and I try to like care about like what the other member wants to do and what kind of direction they want to go. And I we took a lot of time to discuss about like are you having fun or stuff like that, and don't try to be controlling and everything. That's my intention for this album.
That's awesome. That's
Because I
amazing.
feel like you're um on that song, especially the guitar solo, um, it seems like you've had some new influence or you changed your style a little bit because um, I don't know. I just picked up a different
Yeah,
sort of feeling on your work there.
yeah. So actually, another thing I try to accomplish and personally is like I want to expand more like variety of the song. And in the previous album, it's more like I try to do like a doom and stoner kind of genre oriented. You know what I mean? It's like how can I say?
Yeah,
It's kind of not like a huge obsession, but like I always feel like I need to make it heavy. I need to make it like the right please the fan of the genre. But for this time I feel like collaborating and teamwork is like more important. So even it's like kind of out of the general style of the genre, so I started feeling like I don't mind. Is that we are that's how we are. So that guitar solo, and especially it's like I actually was listening a lot of the new wave of British heavy metal album, like Diamond Head and like Witchfinder General, stuff like that. I always been like a big fan of those bands, and I listen again and kind of inspired again, and I got back my roots.
yeah,
Excellent.
That's I
that's
think
awesome.
yeah, yeah,
Good ear, Turbo. Good ear. Listen, hearing that, and you mentioned influences, and I want to ask you a little bit about.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in first of all the Japanese influences that you might have musically. I can guess a couple of them, some of the big ones. But what are some of the bands that have influenced you both from kind of the Japanese side of it, and then we'll open up to the rest of the world when you just think overall of what Hebi Katana brings?
Actually, so musically, I think like Japanese band doesn't affect me a lot to the Heavy Katana. Of course, like when I was young, I listened to a lot of music through the TV or like let's say not radio so much, but mainly TV. Like they have the kind of music like a channel,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like MTV of Japanese version. But after I found like Aerosmith or Beatles and this kind of the Western music, so that's more like caught me a lot more than the previous music. So let's say as the kind of heavy sound, I would say my inspiration, like very first inspiration was the Aerosmith.
Aerosmith.
What's your favorite
Yeah.
Aerosmith album?
Let's say it's kind of hard to choose, but I think the Rocks
Okay, we can
is the fourth
continue.
album.
We can continue this conversation then because we
Okay,
agree.
yeah,
We
yeah, yeah, Rocks.
agree.
Of course. I was born in 1990, so I'm totally like kind of late fans, late comer. So when I was already aware of them, they already released the like a Pump or like even Just Push Play already came out when I was junior high, and actually at that time, I think it's what the 2002 they came to Japan to play because it's kind of World Cup stuff. It's like a soccer and football stuff, and they came to Japan. That's the first time I saw them in live, in of course through the TV. But I totally kind of shocked and very. It's kind of like a first strike, you know. Everything is different from the what I heard
Yeah.
until then. Then I like tried to run which album Sweet Emotion was like featured, or which albums walk this way in the featured like so that's what I tried to like run earlier all of them. Then I just noticed how they're like really pure and kind of song is the better in the earlier like 70s. But I
Yeah.
do love the 80s Aerosmith too, so I'm kind of huge fan.
The way that people usually categorize Aerosmith are the years that they were on drugs and then the years that they weren't on drugs. And unfortunately, and fortunately for the listener, the years when they were on drugs were the better records. But you know, Aerosmith overall, I can definitely understand how they would be a huge influence on you.
Yep.
I have to ask though, like, is a band like Church of Misery that
Ah, yeah,
they
yeah, yeah,
band that would come
yeah,
up and you? I assume that like
yeah,
as someone from Japan, that would be
yeah,
like huge, right?
yeah. You know, actually, my music, like, kind of, as a listener, my history is kind of like came through the Aerosmith. So Black Sabbath actually came later to me because it's more like kind of, you know, it's kind of a bit obscure compared to the Aerosmith. Aerosmith is more like a kind of pop rock or kind of
Yeah.
in general rock, right? So Black Sabbath, and it was kind of a bit harder to find for me. So when I like starting listening to this kind of music, and I keep on talking about other bands, so friends liked, then somebody like showed me Black Sabbath, then um, led me into the doom and the stoner. So after that, I started listening to The Obsessed or Cathedral stuff, kind of legendary kind of pioneers. Then I found Church of Misery. It's kind of like an older. So at first, when I listened to Church of Misery, I didn't feel like it's a Japanese band. Actually,
Oh, you didn't know?
I thought like it's American or like a whatever, like a Western band because they sing in English and style like riff or like songwriting style is totally like I don't know how to say, but I didn't feel like it's very Japanesey kind of style in it, you know. So, of course, they're legend, and in the Japanese culture, like we are always afraid to talk to the like older people. It's kind of cultural things. It's kind of always feel respect to the like older people. It's so for me, it's like a more like respect more than the just like a casual influence to me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can see how you might think that they're just hearing them that they would be a Western band, like all the American serial killer things that they're the influenced and referenced and everything. So I can see that. Um,
Yep.
Interesting, and it's very cool that you also call out bands like The Obsessed and Cathedral. You
Yeah.
are now a label mate with The Obsessed. How does that feel? That must be pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe. It's like the band like I keep on, of course, listening, or like even if I try to learn more about them, it's like a total legend. So back in from the 80s or 90s, even 70s. So for the vinyl, so it's kind of it's of course I'm really happy and I'm honored, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to believe. And until we actually like, for example, tour with them, or like if we could like open the show for them, then I actually would be would be able to feel, oh, we're at the same
Yeah.
level. But now it's kind of like of course and it's true, but it's kind of still hard to believe, and
Yeah.
I have no like an actual feeling like
Yeah,
we
surreal,
can same
right?
level. Yeah, yeah.
You mentioned opening and playing with some Ripple bands. Didn't Thunder Horse, weren't they down and visiting you and you played some shows with
Yeah,
them?
yeah. It's just like last week, I think last week or 2 weeks and ago, and he came to Japan. It was totally, it's a beautiful time to spend with them. They're a really nice guy, and every show they play is like a real professional. And like of course, like it's kind of tiring for everybody, like a long flights and new land, new country, and the culture is different. So, but they every night they nail it. They kill the floor, and I really respect them. And I'm really happy. Like now we are good friends.
That's
That's the
awesome.
most important thing. Yeah,
Yeah, great guys. We had them
yeah,
on the show, and they're really great guys.
yeah.
Turbo, what else do you have for Nobu?
You mentioned like when Church of Misery would sing in English. I was curious what made the decision for you to sing in English instead of Japanese? Because I noticed some of your
Mm,
song titles are in Japanese, right?
yeah. For this album.
So is there a reasoning for that to happen that way instead of saying, well, I want to be, to be able to get to the depths of this and sing in my original language
Hmm.
instead of singing
Yeah, yeah.
singing in
So
English.
for me, like I said, like most of the music, so I'm influenced by is like sung in English. Like actually, I personally learned like how to sing or like how to play guitar from the like bands like Aerosmith or the Beatles, Led Zeppelin. So for me, even if I like I'm not native singer, native language is the English, but I feel like more comfortable when I sing in English. So of course I try to. Actually, I have like sang in Japanese before, but I feel like it's more like a natural thing in English. So that's kind of natural things for me.
So it has a better rhythmic stance,
Yeah,
I
I think
guess.
yeah. At first, actually, yeah. So in as a language, Japanese lyrics is kind of hard to rhyme at first, or also like the melody, the creation of melody is totally kind of hard to put into the like a bluesy kind of melody or rhythm. So that's the main
Right.
reason. But at the same time, as you mentioned, like I want to like something express like something more depth in the Japanese culture, because I'm like a pure as a Japanese resident, and the culturally totally like I influenced by my native um, background. So in this album, that's I try to try to accomplish as the still singing in English, but something I want to show more deeply as the kind of concept.
Right on.
Love it.
I
Yeah,
look forward.
yeah,
So have you the songs on the new album? I know you played some shows. You've been playing some shows. Are you playing the new songs in your shows?
yep. Um, Actually, our style for songwriting is when we could run, three of us could run the basic structure of the song. We are kind of rush to play in the show the new song. That's our style. Even if nobody have heard that song, I want to see the reaction of the floor or people. If they dance with this part, then I could run oh, this part can be like a chorus. Or if their reaction is kind of so-so, or if they don't move or at all, for example, that's the time we need to discuss. Oh, what's wrong with that part with the other guys in the band? So actually, all the song of this album we already played. I think 2 years, not 2 years ago, maybe 1 year ago, when we toured in Italy. Actually, we played the Praise the Shadows. It was a different title, but that's kind of really good reaction up there. So that's why we polish the song.
Oh, that's cool. So you
Yeah,
you work out like the basics of a song and then you go play it live and figure out kind of
yeah,
how you want it to sound, the reaction, and then you take that to the studio.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
very cool. Okay.
yeah,
So I bet there's not one Hebi Katana show that sounds the same, right? I mean, it sounds like there would be an experience no matter if you've seen you guys once or seen you guys 100 times.
yeah. That's true. I think it's because of the mostly other guys. I tried singing as same as that every time, but the Raven, the bass player, and the Goblin, the drummer, they always improvise. I don't know why, but that's why we kind of as a team, even if they try the new things, then we could receive it, we could hear it, and we can react in the actual show. That's how we put the strength on grooves.
That's
Do they
very cool.
do those two like jam bands more or Southern rock?
Yeah,
That's where you usually get more
yeah, actually, yeah,
improv.
yeah. But we are not like a blues band, right? So
Right.
we have the kind of basic structure of the song, like kind of verse and pre-chorus stuff like that. But as a drummer can change a lot actually, like a drum feel, or put the more cymbal or less cymbal, or make it faster or make it slower, for example. So that's how we actually make the song before getting to the studio.
It's interesting that the drummer and the bass player are the ones who go more improv. Usually the guitarist might be the guy who just does a whole bunch
Yeah,
of his whatever
yeah,
he
yeah.
feels like. So
I know. Yeah, actually, I think I personally I'm not kind of guitar shred kind of guy. So of course, I like to play it fast, but I don't want to play kind of not art rest. They are a true improvise kind of band, but I cannot play in a 30-minute solo, for example. So more
That's good.
yeah, yeah,
The days of 30-minute solos, I think, are pretty much over.
yeah, we're
yeah,
good
yeah,
with
yeah.
those. We're good. I did have a question. You mentioned Goblin, and on 3, it lists Goblin as playing keyboard. I don't see. Did you have any keyboard on the new record, or was that pretty much what you kind of did
I
there?
think it uh for this album he didn't play, I guess, but previous album as a third album he played a little kind of background type of the keyboard sound, or maybe if he credited as this album, it's just a copy and paste and mistake.
No, I didn't see it for this one. So that's what I was
Okay,
asking.
maybe
So
previous one, I
yeah,
think.
the previous on
Yeah,
three, you added some keys to it.
maybe
Was that
yeah.
like a experiment that you guys were doing, or?
Actually, I think yeah, like he always really liked to try the new things, and he like kind of old progressive rock, like Pink Floyd or King Crimson stuff like that. And sometimes when we write the song, he don't play guitar, but he can put the notes as a keyboards. It's not like a keyboard solo stuff like that, but like just some little chords or like a background, more like a try to make it a thicker sound. So he actually played. I did see in the studio, so
Okay.
it's not dry.
So Goblin likes King Crimson. That explains the jamming, right, Turbo? The
Yeah.
all the different
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
that he
yeah,
might do.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
that explains it.
Actually, his name is not of as you like already know, it's not real name Goblin, but so and but you know the Italian band Goblin,
Hmm.
so that's how he named like
Named
Goblin
him.
because he's too much into that band. Yeah.
How come you didn't take a different name? I like your name. It's actually a very famous
I mean,
restaurant here in
Nobu, yeah,
in the U.S.
yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, like yeah, for me, I didn't just like didn't came to the idea like I should use the nickname. That's all, yeah.
You don't all need to have nicknames. Having the drummer have a nickname, I think that works perfectly. You know, you
I
have
think
Goblin and
yeah, Raven is the true name, I guess. But interesting is like in Japan, you know, the band called Raven. It's
Mhm.
Raven. It's like a
hmm
new wave of British heavy metal band. In the Japanese language, Raven as a name is same spell. So
Ah,
metalheads in Japan always said like such a cool name. So your name is Raven. So
that it works.
it works. It works. Yeah.
What is your favorite song so far on? I go. I mean, we're talking about a record that doesn't come out for like another month and a half. We've been
Yeah.
lucky enough to hear it, and it might change, and it will change for Turbo and I what our favorite songs are. But do you have a favorite one on
For
Imperfection?
me,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to choose. Uh, let's say, hmm, my favorite. I would say Blood Spirit
It's a
because
great
like
song.
yeah because like I said, I want to like make it more like a teamwork and song. And even if I'm fond of the band, I want to like always feel like give the chance to the band member. So that's the track like Laven did the main singer and played the long bass solo. So, but it has the short drum solo too. Even it's like several bars, but I we just could show like a lot of character of each member. So I would say Brad Pitt Rising is my
That's a
favorite track.
it's a very cool reason too that everyone
Yeah,
got
Yeah.
to shine on it. So that's a cool reason to pick
yeah,
that
yeah,
song.
yeah.
Um, I know that sometimes, a lot of times, these records have been made for a while by the time they can be put out. And you guys in the band are very prolific. So I assume you've got some other things cooking as well, right? That might show up on Bandcamp, or we might hear something coming out soon, or some demos or something. So you guys being as prolific as you are, I'm sure you haven't stopped working. Is that a true statement?
Yeah, like but I'm kind of being a little busy, like with touring and organizing the Tokyo Doom Fest as well. So
Yeah.
not so much time to like write the new stuff, but little by little, like I try to like be ready for it. But we'll see.
We're
We'll
always
see.
happy when we see like a Hebi Katana live record that comes out, Name Your Price or something like that. It's
Yeah.
always a little treat for us here,
Oh, thank you.
since
Yeah.
we dig you guys so much. Um, that's awesome. And you know, I know we keep you for a half hour, and I don't want to keep you for too long. See, it's late there. But Turbo, what else do you have for Nobu before we let him go?
Are you ever going to do an Aerosmith cover?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah, that's the question. Oh, that's really good actually. But the tuning is like different from the original Aerosmith doing, and we use like a C tuning, so it's a little bit different. But depend on the song. So any suggestion from you guys, and I try to talk about it as soon as possible to the bands.
I think you guys could kill Nobody's Fault.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Personally,
fault.
that would be
That
wonderful if you could do
really good
no.
riff. Yeah,
Yeah, you guys
nobody's
could.
fault.
I
Nobody's fault.
mean,
Yeah.
it's probably the hardest song to sing in the world, just because what Steven Tyler does vocally. So we've
Yeah,
challenged you, Nobu. We've now
wrecking my
challenged
hopes.
you. You
I
could do it
think
though.
it might be like I might read the Levin thing because like he good at high notes.
There you
I'm
go.
good at like lower note, but he's like easy to go high. So yeah, nobody's fault. That's the really good suggestion actually.
We love it. We love it.
Yeah.
We would absolutely love that. Well, no, but thank you so much for joining us
Yeah.
from
Thank you.
our, I don't want to say our furthest interview away. We did talk to Craig from Dead Shrine in New Zealand, but we never talked to anyone on the Asian continent. So we're very, very excited to have you on the show. Um,
Thank
the
you.
record is called Imperfection. It's on Ripple Music. It comes out July 25th here in the States. It's and just for people who listen to the show and know what Turbo and I like, know that this is going to be a killer record. You guys are going to love this. It's I think it's next level for the band. I think you guys are going to find even more fandom here in the US, and I hope you come back and talk to us again.
Oh, thank you so much. That's my
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you, Nobu. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
taking the time, and congratulations on the record. And I'll send you a
Yeah.
note of congratulations when the record drops, and just because I think people are really, really going to dig it.
Right on.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Nobu. Have a great night.
Thanks,
Thank you
Nobu.
too. Yeah.